Hey everybody, welcome to the channel, glad to have you here. Today we have a Vampire Counts versus Bordeleaux matchup in Steel Faith. You can see artillery already opening fire. Tried to dodge a little bit, but my teeth are a little bit too slow. You can see they're going to get some good damage put on them. I wanted to show off the Lahmian Countess in this matchup. You can see her here. Not very attractive of a lady. But definitely attractive in her magical sense. So we're going to pause and take a look at some of her abilities. You can see here she does have domination, so this is a really good ability. It auto targets single nearest enemy unit and gives them minus 26 melee defense and minus 26 melee attack. So that's really good when fighting kind of like a single unit like Grail Knights. And I do have Invocation of Nehek, Von Hell's Dance Recabra, of course Raise Dead, and then over here you can see Chalice of Dark Rain. So this is great when you can just drop it on a huge group of enemies and it will really reduce their effectiveness. And then over here Seduction is one of her key abilities, and this is kind of like a net. And so it seduces them for 20 seconds, and they basically don't move because they don't want to hurt her kind of thing. So she's definitely a great general, and you can see she's joined by these Black Grail Knights, who are anti-large, just powerhouses, and then some Blood Knights here in the back for some armor piercing. Cav. And what I really wanted to do here was kind of have a soul Cav engagement. I wanted to use Seduction on his Cav, to prevent them from getting the charge, and then charge in and simply slaughter them because they got the charge, and then Raise Dead behind them kind of thing. So this is a terrifying little death squad that will do very well if allowed to fight kind of elsewhere. It doesn't quite go as planned though. You can see I do have a main line of Graveguard with great weapons and the Sternsman. Up front some Skeleton Warriors and some Tithe to just protect these guys. Skeleton Warriors out to the flank. I do have the Dire Pack, who are really good against low armored large units. And then I do have 2 Skeleton Spearmen, and I do have a Necromancer on a Corpse Guard. With Raise Dead, of course. Over here, we'll press play as the artillery just destroys my poor infantry line. You can see he does have a main line of Foot Squires, expecting Graveguard. Out on each flank, he does have Knights Errant, 2 of them. Up in the air, he does have some Royal Pegasus Knights. Then he does have Alberic de Bordeleaux with his Trident, and I believe with his Spirit of the Tempest. So plus 10 speed and plus 8% charge bonus. So that'll definitely be on those Knights Errant. And you can see he does have a Damsel of Heavens with a ton of spells. He has some he has 2 Peasant Bowmen Fire Arrows, these Men-at-Arms with Crossbows, who are a new unit, 1 Blessed Field Trebuchet and 1 regular Field Trebuchet. And so you can see he wants to take this fight out here as well with these Royal Pegasus Knights with their 126 weapon strength. They are very powerful in this mod, but they just don't have too much health. I guess they have as much health as the Blood Knights. So you see, I'm going to take this fight, and I'm not going to do my initial plan of using Seduction. There you can see I do manage to avoid that charge. I'm going to get in here against these Knights Errant. Harmonic Convergence coming down. Dire Pack are going to go after Alberic, which is pretty good. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast it on these guys. So I'm not going to let them get into this fight at all. So you're going to see they're going to get stopped. I'm going to sit here, and my far superior Cav at this point is going to win against these Knights Errant, who are really anti-infantry. So you can see here, dropping an Overcast Invocation of Nehek, making sure I don't take any damage when I don't need to. Don't want to lose models. You can see over here my Dire Pack is chunking Alberic, which is good for me, and I'm getting a nice rear charge over here. Curse of the Midnight Wind is coming down, but luckily these guys are good enough that they still have a decent amount of melee attack. And you can see I'm bringing over some Skeleton Warriors to help. My main line is taking a considerable amount of damage, and my silly Corpse Guard is very slow. I kind of forgot about that. And so it's going to be a very kind of not ideal engagement. But over here you can see I'm getting rid of these Knights Errant. Finally, these Royal Pegasus Knights get in the fight, but I've already done a ton of damage. And now my skeletons are in here, and I have summoned skeletons as well. And I'll be sending these dire pack after this Damsel of Heaven pretty soon. So I don't know what's being cast here. Oh, nice lightning bolt. So that'll do damage really only to my skeleton warriors. So just because it's really made for large groups of infantry. So you can see knights errants pushing around far to the side. Luckily I do have 2 units of spears ready to kind of hop in wherever I want. You can see my skeleton warriors are just going to get trashed by these foot squires. But over here you can see I am managing to catch Alberic. I cast another upgraded invocation of a hex, so I am kind of running out of magic at this point. But I am chunking Alberic, and I've got my dire pack on what they want, kind of low armored anti-large. So hopefully they can deal with her. And over here you can see I'm probably gonna... This infantry engagement is not the best, but you can see here these knights errant are coming for my corpse cart. I guess he was microing elsewhere, and I managed to get these guys in here, and I'm gonna bring my corpse guard over and try and summon some stuff behind it while this skeleton warrior kind of keeps going. So up in the air again, I cast Seduction on those Pegasus Knights. I really didn't want them to get away, so they can't move. And I'm going to trap them here and try and kill them. And you can see over here, the Celestial Wizard is going down. Nice move here, pulling some of these Fire Bowmen. These Dire Pack actually, I believe, they don't have regeneration, but they will be doing some good damage. He decided to pull back these Pegasus Knights, kind of realized he lost his fight. Definitely a good move. But at this point you can see he tried to pull out, and I caught him in zombies. And now I'm going to be moving back towards the initial fight because I saw a lot of my stuff crumbling. And I didn't want to lose these guys. I want that encourage on them to prevent them from taking any undue damage. And you can see I'm just going to send these Dire Pack after Alberic. I don't want him to come back. I don't want to get Tridents of Manan in the back. So these are a great unit for doing that. Just running down these kind of low health units. You can see they're just going to swarm him and just start chunking. But now you can see I'm free to go. My Black Rail Knights, basically unhurt, are going to be charging in, trying to finish off these Royal Pegasus Knights. And Lahmian Countess coming in as well. You can see Seduction being dropped on them, so not all of them were able to get up off the ground to flee. Summoning some zombies in there. Which is very good, and you can see here pulling out, not letting him find any decent places to sit because of my spears. You can see I am going to cast Chalice of Dark Rain, so all these guys are really not going to hit their target most of the time, well, less of the time. And you can see it's even going to affect this artillery. So I'm finally getting through here, shutting this stuff down. And you can see the Knights Errants have come back, but Alberic is being run off. You can see the Lahmian Countess in here. These poor Bowmen are really not going to have any chance. Getting some nice shots in the back there, and you can see again, just being able to catch these guys with the spears. It's very good for me. You can see there Alberic does die across the map, and it's just going to kind of trigger a big old chain route. But I just want to kind of show off this battle to show the Lahmian Countess off, kind of show how she can have a huge influence on the battlefield against enemy units. Kind of like a controller and a debuffer. Not the best in melee combat, but a very different role than, say, the Red Duke, who's a hero hunter with El Sif. She's very much a support, and I think she really does well in that cab engagement. So pulling her off to the side and making sure you invest in that that cab fight so you can win it. Yeah. Anyways, so you can see here, Dire Pack 1 kill, 70 and 31. Yeah, just not too much infantry blobs on the field, so you can see not very many kills. But Sternsman did great as always. And just, oh man, look at this field trebuchet, 254, 150. Definitely doing work. These crossbowmen as well, getting a lot of kills. A lot of that teeth and skeletons though. But you can see these foot squires not doing too bad, even against the Graveguard. And the damsel with 114. 114? She must have like commented when I wasn't paying attention, so definitely doing a lot of work there as well. But again, great game to Mofo, and I'll see you guys in the future. That's that.